So, just keep your wounds clean. Change the bandage every day, the plaster too. Might even want to take the plaster off at some point. Let the cut get some air. Um, okay, thank you, Chuck. And Brent, I'm sorry for everything my little brother has done to you and your family. Yeah, well, it's not your fault, is it? I mean, you've been put through just as much, except by your own brother. I know. I just wish I could do something about him. Last time I tried, he gave me this. Points to the scar over his eye. Yeah, a few people here told me about that. I mean, not much, just that it was your brother that did it. Stephen, Pigton wasn't like this before. He was really bad, don't get me wrong, but he's since got worse. We spent years trying to be surgeons, and we finally did. Together, got jobs in the same place, worked together, and things were good. The thing is, Pigton had always been a troubled kid. When we were younger, he'd always lie and steal. A lot of kids do those things, but this one time, I found him in his room with a dead cat. He had killed a cat and was examining it. It was our neighbor's cat, and they looked for it for months and eventually gave up when it never came home. Either way, I caught him and confronted him about it. Ultimately, I helped them get rid of the cat, kept the whole thing a secret. That day, I sort of realized something was really wrong with him. Hey, Chuck, you really don't have to tell me any of that. I do. This isn't to make you feel bad for him or anything, because he really doesn't deserve that. After that day, he started killing more and more animals. Cats, birds, rabbits, squirrels, a fox one time, and another time a stray dog. I got tired of protecting him, but I still did it anyway. I should have told our mum, but I just wanted my little brother to be okay and to not get in trouble. So I got rid of the animals time after time, and he only stopped once we'd finished school. Medical school, anyway. He moved on from animals and moved on to humans. I didn't know that. Not for a long time, anyway. I thought he'd stopped completely, thought he was getting better. He lost one patient during surgery, and that's a big problem for a surgeon's career. I mean, it can not only mess with the doctor, but then you have the patient's family to worry about, and the public, and your co-workers, your bosses. Either way, he lost a patient. I didn't think much of it. I mean, these things happen. It has happened to me a few times, but he was absolutely fine after the patient died. Wasn't distraught or upset, just fine. I thought that was strange, but didn't question it. Hold on, are you telling me he... Just wait, that's nothing. He kept working after that incident, and what no one realized was that every time he operated on someone, he left something for them. Inside of their body, wherever he was operating, he left what he called his signature. He'd either cut the letters PIG into the skin somewhere, or he'd carve it into their bones. Honestly, it took a long time for people to notice, but eventually they did. He stopped doing it to avoid getting caught, and they didn't turn up any suspects. After that, he had to move on to other methods. He, for some reason, wanted people to know it was him, without actually admitting to it. So, instead of making his signature, he started snorting, like a pig. Randomly, in conversation, he'd snort, and he changed his laugh so that he'd snort. I mean, this then led to people saying things like, "Here, piggy, piggy," and "This little piggy went to market," and things like that. And he didn't hate it. I mean, he embraced it, made it a part of him. He made a pig mask from an actual pig. I mean, it's not the one he wears now, that one's fake, but before... Jeez, Chuck. I know. After people started laughing at him and all of that, he changed the game. Started sneaking into his patients' rooms at night, wearing the pig mask and killing them, making it seem like they died of natural causes so he never got caught. He did this for years before I got suspicious. I mean, everyone got suspicious because of the sheer amounts of patient deaths we were having. The hospital got extremely close to being shut down, but it didn't, because before it could, the apocalypse happened. Like, how do you know all of that? Well, a few weeks before the apocalypse, I just randomly got this horrible feeling while I was sat at home. I was trying to figure out how all these people kept dying when I remembered how my brother used to kill all those animals. Instantly, I got an awful feeling in my stomach. I remember how he acted when his first patient died, how it was nothing to him, and I realized that this could be his doing. And I knew he was capable of it. The fact that I knew that was the worst bit. Instantly, I could tell he was behind it. You can call it a terrifying hunch. I decided one night to follow him. Stayed late at work and followed him from a few feet away for hours. Eventually, at about 10 p.m., he went into a stock cupboard. Came out wearing the outfit you see him wearing all the time, except the mask was a real animal. I didn't know what to do. I mean, what do you do about that? Seeing your brother doing things like that. I mean, I wanted to help him, but I didn't confront him. I couldn't. Instead, I continued to follow him. He entered a patient's room, and I stood at the door watching through the glass. He stood over the woman, staring down at her, like he wanted to be the last thing she ever saw. And that's when she woke up. She stared at him, terrified, couldn't get a word out, probably from all the medication she was on. I'll never forget her face of pure fear. That's when she saw me at the window. She stared me straight in the eye, and I was just as terrified as her. She managed to get 2 words out, barely. "Help me," she said. It was at this point my brother realized she was looking at someone. He swung around and stared at me. I could tell he didn't see me as his brother in that moment. "Chuck, your brother is..." "I know what he is. He's worse than a monster. All my life I tried to help him, yet he did nothing for me in return. He made my life harder and blamed me for things he did. He made my life hell, yet I did nothing but protect him, and he still makes my life hell. Now he does it to others too." Anyway, back to what I was saying. He stared at me, not with love in his eyes or even surprise. For some reason I felt a rush of courage come over me, something I'd never felt before. He's younger than me, yes, but he's always been bigger and stronger. I was quiet, he was loud. I kept to myself, he was outgoing. We're both extremely intelligent. I mean, he's got no remorse, and that's all I have. For the first time in my life, I confronted him, told him how I felt, how he was making me feel. He just stood there, silent, still staring at me the same way as before. Then crack. Darkness. I don't know what happened, but I'm pretty sure he knocked me out cold. I woke up a few hours later, in a hospital bed myself. I was informed that I was found in the room with the woman. Pigton killed her after he knocked me out, then left me there bleeding out from the wound over my eye. I was lucky enough to keep the sight in my eye, but got stuck with this scar as a reminder. Anyway, the police questioned me, and I explained that I saw a man in the room, went to confront him, and he must have hit me. I described what my brother was wearing, but for some stupid reason, I was still protecting him. I told them about the pig mask, the clothes he was wearing, but didn't tell them any details about how to identify my brother. Once again, I had helped him, when I should have let him rot in hell. And now I'm here, still cleaning up his messes. Hey, listen, Chuck, I mean, you'll find the courage someday, and when you do, you're not going to be alone when you confront him. Yes, thank you. That's all, Brent. I believe my brother was actually looking for you. Said he would wait in your room for you. Alright. I'll see you around, Chuck. Also, thank you for being one of the good ones. You know, I mean, not many people are kind enough nowadays to actually help, you know? Especially not your brother, which is why it's nice to know that you're his complete opposite. Take care. Alright. Okay, so Pigton's waiting in my room, but jeez. I mean, oh wow. This is definitely the most protected floor, but anyway, like I was then saying to myself, Pigton, I mean, I know Pigton is bad, like really bad, like human experiments bad, but if he was like this before the apocalypse, I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, killing his own patients and getting away with it until eventually the apocalypse happened, and then there was no one that could stop him. I need to pretend I didn't hear any of that if he's in my room. And there he is. Hi. There you are. What did you need me for? I don't need you for anything. I have a surprise for you and your friends. What surprise? It's a surprise for a reason. Even John will be coming along. I appreciate him telling me about your escape plans, but he was still a part of it, so he gets to watch the surprise. What? Oh, and Theodore Jr. too. I know he's just a child, but he needs to see the surprise. It'll change him, that's for sure, but he needs that in a world like this. You can't keep sheltering him. What? He's not being sheltered. His family is dead. He can shoot a gun. TJ isn't a boy that's been sheltered. Excuse me? What did you say his name was? Theodore Jr. Good. Now I'll make sure to get John and Rosia ready. You go on over and get Ruby, Theodore, and Chloe ready. Where are we going? The surprise is just outside the hospital, so we'll be leaving on a little trip. As I said, round up your friends. We're leaving in 10. Okay, fine, I'll go straight across, alright? Well, that's not good. Yeah, pretty much in here. That's really not good. Surprise. Don't like surprises, especially when it's Pigton giving them, but... Hey! What's Pigton doing in your room? He wanted to speak to me. About what? He says he has a surprise for us. John, Rosia, Ruby, you two as well. Is he gonna kill us all, do you think? No, I don't think so, but honestly, with this man, I have no idea. Where's the surprise, then? Just outside the hospital, apparently. The fact that it's outside the hospital makes it even more worrying. Yeah, it does, but after our escape attempt, we don't really have a choice. I know. When's he taking us? He said we leave in 10, so we need to go and get Ruby too. Okay, I'll go and get Ruby. You stay here with TJ. Alright. I will. Be careful. He's still walking about, so just be careful, because he might try and speak to you, but... Hey, buddy. What are you reading? What is this? Well, Chloe has said what she needed to say to dear Josie over there. Sadly, you can't say I didn't warn you, Brent. It was a long time ago, and maybe you forgot the rules, but I did tell you them. I told you I'd bring someone you loved here and kill them in front of you. This... Pigton, come on. Can you blame us for wanting to get away? Yes, I can. There aren't many rules in the hospital, but not listening to me is an important one, and I told you not to escape. Yet you did it. So this is your punishment. Chloe's too, because I know she was involved, even if I can't prove it. Rosie and Ruby too, which is why I brought them here to watch what's next. God, you've already beat me up, punished me, and isn't that enough? No. It needs to be drilled into your head that you can't do whatever you want. I need you to remember not to do this again. I will. Come on, please don't do this. That reaction is exactly why I'm going to do it. But I'm not going. I'm not only going to kill Jonah, but I am going to kill Josie too. I will, however, let you speak to Jonah for just a few minutes. I believe he may have some important news to give you. Something that would be good news if he wasn't trouble. Well, if he wasn't about to die anyway. What do you mean? Go speak to him, Brent, because this is the last time you'll ever get to hear his voice. I... Fine. Okay, yeah. It's okay, TJ. It's okay. Alright, I'm going. Alright, calm down. Are they recording this? Josie. Jonah. Hey! Brent, why did Reed send us here? I'm so sorry, Jonah. Reed gave us away too, but we're not here to stay, are we? I'm sorry. We tried to leave and now you're getting punished. I'm not ready to die, Brent. But I don't blame you for trying to leave. I would have done the same. I mean, a lot has changed in the time you were gone. What do you mean? For starters, Josie and I are together. She's pregnant and now... Hey, come on, Jonah, right? I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry again. Before I go on, who is this guy? Would he kill a pregnant woman? I don't know. Pigton, this guy is so unpredictable. I'm not gonna lie, he scares me. I mean, I can't really let it show in front of TJ and Primo, but Jesus. Okay. Who is he, though? I mean, what's his purpose? I honestly don't know. He's a surgeon. He performs experiments on us. That's awful. This is awful too, but he told us all that you died on the supply run, found you all as ghouls and had to put you down. Reed has turned the academy into a military camp. Won't accept any new people, won't let anyone go in or out except for soldiers. Drake is in a prison cell. Has been for about 2, maybe 3 months now. The only good thing Reed has done for us was keep us alive, keep us fed, but it's not a good life. He cleared all the rooms, locked all the furniture and everything away in some garage or something. We eat, drink, guard the place, and barely sleep. It's no life for anyone. Your siblings, the other kids, certainly not for a baby. Everyone knows you were right about Reed. Even his own soldiers, but they're still loyal to him. Drake and Igor tried to confront him. It's why they're in cells. Jesus, Jonah. It hasn't hit me yet what's about to happen, but you've always made things better for me. I just need you to know that, and I don't blame you for trying to escape being experimented on. I'm sure this was no place for poor TJ either. I forgive you. Come on, don't say that. I don't want to be forgiven. I want John to be blamed, and I want myself to be blamed. Why would John get blamed? He told Pigton we were escaping. If he hadn't, we wouldn't be in this situation. We would be on our way to Lake Worth right now. You wouldn't be here. Then why are you blaming yourself? It's on him. I shouldn't have tried to escape. Hey, Brent, don't go back to all of that. It took you years to get past all of your problems. Don't go back to hiding yourself away from the world. My death, Josie's death, my baby's death is not on you. It's on the man who pulls the trigger. Promise me you won't blame yourself and that you won't let this be in vain. You get out of wherever you're trapped and you go back to Lake Worth. You make things better there. You understand? I do. I promise. And once I check my back pocket, my back left pocket, There's a little something in there that'll remind you of the good days. After my family were in that car accident, you were there for me. The only one that truly was, and you're my family now. You've been my brother, my blood, and for that, I love you, brother. I love you too, brother. Look after yourself and everyone else. Right, that's it. Time's up. No more dilly-dallying. Let's get this done. Jonah, I am sorry. I shouldn't. Fine. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.